Why hello there people from the internet. The Russian sniper is back on the battlefield playing some conquest on Zavod 311. Zavod 311 should I say, pronounce it correctly. And that is one nice shot to start the match with. But today we're going to talk about something different, which is the PDWs that you get for the engineers. Now my favorite PDW in Battlefield 3 was the P90, and it still is a really good gun in this game, but I just think the CBJ MS, which we're looking at today, is just that little bit better. It does come with a 50 drum magazine, actually 51 if you count the one in the chamber, and it has absolutely amazing killing power. Now this close quarters, I would say up to about 50 meters, this is going to be as deadly as you're going to get it. And you can see there, you need that sort of special power in Battlefield 4 just because you're going to run out into more people rather than just running into one or two like in Battlefield 3. Chances of running into a four-man squad were pretty slim, but in this one the map's being a lot smaller and everything being a little bit more close-quartered-ish, I should say, than Battlefield 3. And that's where the CBJ MS stands out. You do have that 50-51 bullets in your magazine. You can take out a 3-4 man squad easily with this. Now one of the huge problems that you're going to have, unless somebody's running around, a friend of yours is running around support, then you are going to be running out of ammo pretty fast. It does go and eats a lot of ammo, but it's one of them guns that are really good to have. They perform very well in close quarters. The blind fire for this, it is pretty amazing. It goes all the way to the max if you put the right attachments on it, especially if you put a heavy barrel on it, and if you put a laser on it, hip fire on this, or blind fire, however you want to call it, it's going to be amazing. So this is going to be your ultimate powerhouse in close quarters, especially maps like this that are designed for more infantry fighting. Yes, there is a couple of tanks here and there, but most of the time you're going to be fighting around the C and D flags. And sometimes you'll make a push for E and the other way around you'll go for B. But most of the times you will have a good fight going on your hands at C and D flag. That's how the map works. I mean, especially on 64 man, there's always going to be somebody around. Now, going back to the gun, I think it's a gun that performs really well. I really enjoy playing with it. I think it offers quite a lot for the PDW. And it gives you that edge that you just need it in Battlefield 4 when you have the 5-man squad and you have so many more guys coming around the corners and you just don't need to reload every single time. The reason I'm doing it is because I'm always used to having a gun with 30 bullets, or 31 if you have one, if you count the one in the chamber, and I'm always used to reload it. Once you get used to that 50 drum magazine, I think you will do quite well with this. It is a really powerful weapon, and I think in the right hands you can have quite a bit of fun with it and be quite deadly on the battlefield. It is one of them guns that performs really well. It doesn't underperform, and it just feels right in the right hands. Now, to give you a couple of tips about the CBJ MS, putting a compensator on this would make the side-to-side recoil on this almost non-existent. You have no recoil whatsoever. Put in a M145 or maybe the ACOG scope on it, will make it really effective at long ranges. It does fire slower than the PDW or the JS2, but conserves more ammo, therefore giving you more of a chance to hit that target at longer ranges. Obviously this does fire slower than the P90 and the JS2, but that sometimes can work in your favor, especially at longer ranges. Now the CBJ MS is a Swedish made weapon by Saab Bofors Dynamics. Now if we take a closer look to the CBJ MS in Battlefield 4, the capacity is 50 rounds plus the one in the chamber, the fire rate is 700 rounds per minute, fire modes is single shot and full automatic, reload time of 2.70 seconds, the bullet velocity is 375 meters a second, the minimum damage is 11 and the maximum damage is 20. Currently, it is my favorite weapon to use as a PDW for the engineer class. Obviously, you do have the carbines, which perform a lot better, but as a PDW lover, I used to love using them in Battlefield 3. I used to love using the P90. I used to love using the MP7. But this one, to me, it just feels and performs a lot better than the other two, and it's one of the weapons I'm going to be using for quite a bit until some new things are released in later DLCs. Obviously, we're going to get some new guns, and probably we'll see some of the old friends return. But it does quite well at long ranges, it does quite well at medium ranges, and most of the time you're going to be engaging guys in close quarters with this. You can see that guy over there. Even though it's a decent range, you can still take him out, taking your time, just take the shots nice and steady, and having that 50 drum magazine will help you more than you know it. I hope you guys have enjoyed my review of the CBJ MS. It's personally one of my favorites so far in the game. Hopefully some old friends from Battlefield 3 might make a return in Battlefield 4. We're yet to see. We'll wait. It's a couple of, only about 2 weeks, or I think it's about 10 days before China Rising DLC comes out. So I'm looking forward to some new maps and some new cool stuff and some new weapons, to be completely honest. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're going to bring out. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite setup for the PDW is and why, and I will see you guys on the battlefield. Tactical Arsehole, out.